Hi, class. This week we're talking about social media research, including monitoring and listening. So you'll notice on the syllabus and in eCampus that you don't have an assignment outside of your discussion post due this week, and no quiz this week, but you have a quiz and an assignment due the following week. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to share my screen and we'll get into it. Okay. So this is part 1 of 3 lecture videos. In this video, we'll talk about social media research and social media monitoring. So with social media research, we're really interested in what people say about us. And if you think from an organizational perspective, what people are saying about your business or organization, including how they feel about you. So there's a sense of sentiment involved there too. And then also what they want from you. So do they feel strongly, either positively or negatively? And what do they want from you, which will drive what your organization does for them. There will be an example in a later video about Ben and Jerry's ice cream, and they created a new flavor because they were listening to what people were saying about what they wanted. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Social media monitoring is watching, observing, and keeping track of progress over time. So this could be things like brand mentions and hashtags, competitor mentions. So not when a competitor necessarily mentions you, but whenever your competitor is mentioned. Like if I were Ben and Jerry's, for example, I would monitor how many times Haagen-Dazs got mentioned. Industry hashtags and keywords, things like that. So for example, another example is the Lay's Do Us a Flavor campaign that was actually really, really successful. And I'm going to play this video for you. I'll stop sharing and play it on my computer here.
This year, Lay's is introducing a new flavor. Wait, that's not it. Delicious, but no. Okay, maybe we should start from the beginning. In 2006, Lay's launched Do Us a Flavor, a program where people offer up ideas for the next great potato chip flavor. Since then, Do Us a Flavor has been implemented 14 times in 14 countries, with the most successful program coming from the United Kingdom. Our friends from across the pond garnered 1.2 million new flavor submissions, half of which arrived by mail. So in 2012, when Lay's decided to bring Do Us a Flavor to the United States, their goal was to beat the global record. To do that, Do Us a Flavor had to be reinvented for highly social millennials, who love to create, share, and get recognized. In other words, we needed to transform Do Us a Flavor from a mail or text-in program into a social phenomenon.
The world's biggest snack maker is launching a contest in the U.S. today to cook one person's flavor recipe into a potato chip. The winner will be chosen by a vote on Facebook.
Within the Facebook app, people could easily create their flavor ideas. From naming it, to selecting key ingredients, and adding their inspiration. Every new flavor was an expression of the creator, which made people eager to share their ideas. And boy did they share. Amateur chefs, gourmands, and foodies shared.
Maybe bread and butter. Maybe bread and butter pickle chips.
That would be fantastic, too.
Vegetarians, chocolate-tarians, and aloha-tarians did too. Sad people shared. Excited people.
And here are my top 5 chip flavor ideas.
Secretive people.
All you need is a
Funny people. And questionable people. California fast food lovers created and shared flavors.
I want to shout out to my home, California, an In-N-Out animal-style chip. All right.
As did bacon lovers.
The number 1 ingredient that has been submitted so far is bacon.
And 7,503 different species of lovers. Even the people who were stumped for ideas submitted and shared flavors thanks to the Flavorizer, a component of the app where celebrity chef Michael Simon helped inspire people based on their Facebook profile. With a little aggregating of photos here and the gathering of posts there, Chef Simon would offer up a recommendation. An expert recommendation, if you ask us. Sponsored stories on Facebook allowed people to see which of their friends were submitting flavors, while posts on Lay's Facebook page inspired fans with flavor ideas. Before long, there was so much chatter about Lay's, people began stopping by the app just to check out the extensive gallery of submissions, and extensive it was. In the end, the Lay's Do Us a Flavor program garnered 3.8 million submissions and 955 million organic story impressions. Their Facebook fan base tripled, and the PTAT, or people talking about this, increased by 4,700%. Lay's also garnered 1.26 billion PR impressions and experienced a 12% increase in sales. Add that to the invaluable consumer insights Lay's gathered, such as 72,000 people like the color red in their flavor names, and 3 people like beige, and it's no wonder Do Us a Flavor in the United States was not only the most successful engagement program in Frito-Lay history, but one of the most engaging brand apps in Facebook history as well.
Okay, so super interesting and successful. Let me stop sharing now. Frito-Lay's did an amazing job with that campaign. Let's pull this back up here. So if we look back to our social media monitoring, watching, observing, keeping track of progress over time, we just learned all of that for not just Frito-Lay's, but also Facebook, including just like industry hashtags and keywords. So really, really good example of a successful social media campaign for an organization. And this is just showing the volume of conversation, where it peaked, where it's interesting to look at like the times that there was heavy conversation about it. And next time, next video, next lecture, recorded lecture, we will be talking about metrics and just basic metrics, channel metrics, and behavioral metrics. So stay tuned.